All right, this is going to be a super quick one, a couple of minutes, just because I wanted to kind of show you the way that the information is being given to you. It's slightly different than the big problem I just did, but this is very typical of how the book presents these problems. So I want you to be able to get this information. So I'm going to start you off on like a problem like this one so you can follow it when you do your own. It says the converting department of Hopkinsville had 1,200 units in work in process at the beginning of the period, which were 25% complete. Okay, so let's just, again, I'm loving my T accounts. That's my favorite thing, to organize information. So we've got our WIP here, and we've got 1,200 units as our beginning balance. Okay, one of the hardest problems for these is getting this started and completed numbers. That's why I'm kind of giving you a jump start on this, on how to do it. So 1,200 units of work processed at the beginning period, which were 25% complete. During the period, 16,000 units were completed and transferred to the packing department. So what they're telling you is 16,000 units were completed and transferred to the next department. It says there were 2,000 units in process at the end of the period. All right, well, now do the math. 1,200 minus 16,000 is not 2,000. All right, they don't actually give us the number of units that came in, but we don't actually need it, not to do this type of problem. What we have is we have two of our three pieces. We've got our beginning balance, we've got our ending balance. What we don't have is we don't have started and completed. So the idea is if we know the ones that got transferred to the next department, we can basically back out the beginning balance. All right, so you take the ones that got transferred minus what was already in the beginning balance, which is 1,200, right? And we know that the remainder, is at 14,800, is our started and completed number. So there's our third number here. I mean, this is also beginning balance. My dog is growling in his sleep. All right, so you have your three pieces: beginning, started and completed, ending. So the way you're getting to the started and completed is going to be to back out the beginning balance ones. And the reason being is because you finished those first. If it says you finished 16,000 during the month, it stands to reason that you finished the ones that were in process at the beginning of the month and then started and finished all the other remaining ones. Okay, so from there, then you're going to make your grid, where you start off with 1,200 and 14,800 and 2,000, and you're going to make that direct materials, the percentages, then the conversion, and the conversion EU, right? This is direct material EU. Okay, so it's really ugly because I wasn't really planning on doing this for you, but here I am doing it anyway, right? So just a reminder, right? So direct materials, if direct materials, it says direct materials are placed into the process at the beginning of the production. So if that's the case and you already started those the previous month, they don't need any more. These guys were started all during the month. Like you did everything for them, started and finished them. So they get all their materials. And these guys, because you started them and the materials are added to the process at the beginning, they get everything too. Okay? Conversion, that's where you start getting into the 25% complete and so on. So they say that these guys came into the month 25% complete. So what you're trying to figure out is, what did you do this month to finish them? Well, you did 75% of the work. These 14,800, the started and completed, you give them everything. You do it all. The ones that are in my ending balance, it says we did 40% of the work. Well, if we're focused on what happened this month, we started them at 40% complete. Okay, so you're going to multiply these and come up with these numbers, and you will have the solution to this. All right, I'm probably going to assign you an algorithm version of it, but at least you have this to follow. All right, so good luck. This chapter is, as long as you understand the process flow, it makes sense. Okay, so I hope my way of showing it versus you reading the book's way of doing it has helped in some way. If you prefer the book's way, by all means, use the book's way. But this is a little bit clearer in my opinion. Probably because I did it myself. Have a great night.